Hello everyone, welcome to a brand new video. Today we're going to be talking about Adobe After Effects. This software isn't for rookies, this is for real men. We don't play around it with Adobe After Effects. We don't play around. It's going to be a brief introduction into Adobe After Effects. I'm going to be talking about how to use it, teaching you guys how to use keyframes, which helps you do certain transitions like this. And yeah, let's get into it, I guess. So click on After Effects, bam. Then when you have it open, you're gonna be introduced with a little very complicated screen like this, which seems very intimidating, but it's really not that intimidating. Here you have your new composition. Is basically the project you're gonna be making. What you're gonna do is create a new composition, and this is where you put in the aspect ratio of your video. So if you wanna Full HD video, it would be 1920 by 1080. Now that we have 1920 by 1080, I'm just gonna talk about the tools real quick. So here you have your arrow, where you basically like drag and drop stuff. You have your hand tool, where you basically like move stuff. You have your little magnify thingy. I don't really use this at all. Rotation, but nobody uses that. Pan behind. I'm not gonna lie, I've never used this in my life. Shape tool, where you can create shapes like a rectangle, star, shapes really. Pen tool, which you can mask out like pictures or like things from a video you don't want to be in it and stuff like that. Text tool, you can like write text. Paint tool, where you can like paint and draw stuff. This clone stamp, I'm not gonna lie, I've never used this in my life. You have your little eraser, so you can erase out from the paint you drew. Retro mask, it's basically masking, but it does it all for you, which is like so useful for masking and stuff like that. But so yeah, let's drag a video into our composition. Okay, now that we picked a video that we want to edit, we're going to be introduced with these things. For beginners, you don't really need to know all of them besides the motion blur. What motion blur does is basically give you motion blur whenever you use a transition. You have to enable this little blue thingy, which enables the actual motion blur. So make sure and double check you have this enabled. Sometimes it's off, so just make it a habit where you check that it's on. Over here you have side panels, which make it easier for you to look up like certain effects, and just like instead of going all the way to the top up here and just like just looking for it. Sometimes I just go up there, sometimes I like search it. It's kind of up to you really. Here's our timeline where we're going to be doing most of the work. By default, I think it's up to 10 minutes, unless I just put it at 10 minutes and can't remember. Here is a resolution area. If you want the video to be full quality, but it will take a long time to pre-render out the video, you can put it as half, which is what most people do. I would recommend just putting it on half. You have third, where the video will be extremely low, like fucking Minecraft. And then we have quarter, where all you see is just pixels. Fucking robot. I would recommend it on half. For any editing software, what you need to remember is shortcuts, which will drastically improve how quickly you edit. S for scale. This basically allows you to like zoom in and out of your clip. Very useful. It's the most common, to be honest, for like little zooms in and outs in videos. P, it gives you the positioning, so you can position the video left and right, up and down. Pretty basic. You press R, it gives you rotation, so you can rotate your clip. Yeah, those are the main ones. But now let's actually get into making our first transition, I guess. We're gonna be making a simple zoom in. So if you press S on your keyboard, it'll give you scale, and then next to scale you'll see this little stopwatch. If you click on the stopwatch, it'll give you a little diamond. That's our first keyframe. Yeah, let's say you want to do the zoom in 10 seconds into the video clip. Set another keyframe next to the 10-second. When you set your keyframe, you'll see these little numbers. Both of them are pretty much the same, regardless of which one you use to zoom in. Both the numbers will be the same really. I'm gonna zoom it into about there. It's not perfect, but you know, I'm just teaching, okay? Don't judge me. So once we've done that, you're gonna have to highlight both of the keyframes by holding your left mouse and then just dragging, you know, your cursor along next to the keyframes, and then you right click, go to keyframe assistant, and then click on easy ease, which basically like polishes the keyframe. Sometimes the thingy turns off, I don't know why, just re-enable it. Next to the motion blur, you'll have your graph editor where you'll be doing like, this is where you basically make your transition faster or quicker or slower. So if you click on graph editor, it'll give you a little graph. So on the right side of the graph is where your end keyframe will be, and then on the left side is where your beginner keyframe will be. So let's say we want to make the transition really quick. You'll have to drag the yellow line all the way up, and then the yellow line on the right all the way to the side. So basically a really fast curve. The tighter the curve, the faster the transition will be. The more relaxed the curve is, the slower the transition will be, if that makes sense. So let's say we want to go for a slower transition. You're gonna have to drag the keyframe on the left all the way down, and then drag it to the right while it's down, and then we're dragging this keyframe all the way back and then dragging it down. So you see how it's like going really slow, and then it just goes really quick. I guess the closer the keyframe is to one another, the quicker the transition will be, pretty much. If you know how graphs work, just like graphs and, you know, the speed and stuff like that you learn from school, you know, those kind of graphs. This is where school actually comes in use. Looking back at it, graphs did work like this. That's crazy, because I really didn't care. I really didn't give a fuck about this back in school, but now I'm like, yo, graphs, very useful. Anyway, that's a really brief introduction into keyframing. I want to give you guys a little tip which helped me a lot while I was, you know, on my After Effects journey to getting better. Make really short like videos and just do lots of advanced things in that little video. So what I did is that I used to make AMVs. I just made these little like 6 second looped music videos with like lots of fancy transitions and effects and stuff, and I learned like, you know, new effects with every video I made. And like, obviously it wasn't really good at the beginning, but like, you know, I started getting better, and then my videos got better, and then I learned new transitions, new effects, new this, new that, and I improved so much just from making little short 6 second videos. I think that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you learned a thing or two from it. I'm extremely bad at explaining, I know, but I tried my best. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one if I make another follow-up video to this. Yeah, thanks.